and welcome back to the TV Cast, the show where we talk about TV shows and streaming shows, so we don't care about spoiling them. It's a spin-off show of a real show, the movie, not the movie cast, the spoiler cast. Check it out on this channel, or wherever you're listening to this. With me, as always, is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And my name is Tobias, I forgot to tell you. And also,
as usual,
thank you so much for listening to the show. If you want even more stuff, if you like the podcast, if you like our banter, our chemistry, you should check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene.
Our sibling rivalry.
Yeah, there's literally hundreds of hours of more material to listen to. But enough of that. We're here to talk about True Detective, Night Country, episode, Jesus Christ, episode 5.
Yes.
It came out on a Friday instead of a Monday for some reason.
Yeah.
We initially thought it was because of the Super Bowl, but you found out that's today when we're recording this, the 11th.
Yeah. And then also the gap for next week doesn't make sense, but whatever. Maybe they'll change, I don't know.
I hope so.
Turns up on Friday or something.
Because this coming out on Friday was like, oh, maybe then we'll get the last episode now this Monday, the 14th or whatever. So we could be done with this. But I can tell you, I am done with this show. It's a fifth episode. First of all, they don't follow up at all what happened. No, they do. But the last episode ended with Navarro bleeding from her ears, being in a catatonic state in the dredge machine.
Yes.
Now, they're just not going to mention that.
No, they're kind of ignoring it.
And instead, they finally start making actual connections between Salal, Silver Sky, and Annie K.
Annie.
Yeah.
Katie K.
Katie K.
Which we did in like the first episode, didn't we?
Yes, you did, and I was like, yeah, I guess so, but they have to, you know,
tell us,
which never did. So I was like, but you were right,
Yeah.
And you were right about Hank being a bad guy, which we kind of saw as well. But I'm still questioning on why we were supposed to sympathize with him in the last episode.
They put it on a little bit thick in this one as well, going like, oh, but if you feel bad for him sitting alone playing his guitar, and like, oh, he just wants to care for his son, and then it turns out, oh, you just hacked your son's computer to find out if he knew anything so he could use it against Danvers and Navarro.
That also, why does the Wheeler case matter?
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Is that connected to anything else? The one thing I didn't understand about the Wheeler case, when he mentioned like the blows coming from the right.
Yeah.
Were the photos flipped so it looked like they were coming from the right, or were they actually coming from the right?
No, he mentioned that all the photos were flipped, but the photo of him being shot. No. Yeah, exactly. It didn't really make sense to me. It's a little bit confusing. Because he said he was He was left-handed.
Yes, Wheeler was left-handed.
All the blows to the girl's face were obviously done with the right hand because they were all on the right side of her face. Or left side of...
Right side of her face.
No, left side of her face.
Whatever, the blows came from the right.
Yeah.
But the photos were flipped.
Yeah. Or, no, they weren't. Because the way she looked, she was hit on the left side of her face. Because if you remember, if you turn that picture over, all the bruises were on her left side of her face.
Okay. So he didn't hit her?
No. When they staged his suicide, they staged it so that he shot himself in the head with the right hand.
When they should have done... So he was just pointing out that he's left-handed and you fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it started to sound like he was trying to say that, no, but she got hit by someone who was right-handed.
I thought so too, but no.
And obviously he was not the one who was hurting her. It was someone else who killed an innocent man.
Yeah.
Huh?
That would have been interesting, but no, they were just terrible cops and couldn't figure out which hand he used to hit her with. Like, come on!
Yeah, they oversaw that detail.
Yeah.
It's still, the only thing the Wheeler case might have to do with anything is to show that Danvers and Navarro are slightly corrupt as well. They're not doing things as they should. They take the law in their own hands or something.
Yeah. But
it's not really... leading anywhere.
Yeah, if that was like, yeah, I don't understand what the point of it is. I'm trying to then like, oh, is it to show that they're bad people, just like they show that Rust and Marty are bad people in the first season? But there we
maybe, but it's so off and such a mystery.
Yeah, why make it a mystery?
Clear from the beginning. Then
that's the thing, and I'm gonna have to go back to the first season again. We're trying to avoid that, but
we've done a stellar job at that so far.
So far, I think we have, except for the first episode.
I guess.
But there is one thing, because, like I said, I hate. That's why I hate TV shows. It's a drip feeding of information.
Yes.
That has to come now over 6 hours instead of 2 hours in a movie.
And
it's in one sitting. Yeah, exactly. So now we still don't know what happened to Navarro in the desert when she was in the army.
No.
They obviously hit a mine or something and their car flipped. But what is the trauma there? Why not just tell us?
Yeah.
Because obviously it's affecting her way to like see ghosts or whatever. Because we got a little flashback to that as well here, or a dream thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry. And we still don't know exactly how Danvers' husband and I guess their real child, their actual child,
combined spawn. I don't know.
Yeah, because Leah was
give me and some bond. I don't know how to say that in English.
Either way, and yeah, this was finally, well, we kind of knew, but they were being fucking mysterious about it. We finally found out, like, yeah, people know that the Wheeler's suicide was not a suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have figured it out.
And this is where we're supposed to understand the characters. We still don't know why she hates Twist and Shout by the Beatles.
No.
And why she listens to white noise instead of music.
No. I mean, Twist and Shout is... Again, by assumption, though, it's just... what's it called? Association.
Yeah, sure.
She hates it because of association. She associates it to her son specifically, possibly even to her ex or dead husband.
Yeah.
I'm assuming husband. Yeah. I don't know. They never mentioned if they were married.
No.
Jesus. I can hear my washing machine so much. I don't know if you can.
Well, not over Discord.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry.
Yeah, so we have all this, but we don't have a clear picture of who they are as people and why they are the way they are.
No. There's still just bits and pieces telling us who they are now, but not why.
Yeah, and we connect the dots, which, okay.
Yeah. Ish.
While in the very first episode of season 1, Russ tells us why he is the way he is. He lost his kid. That changed his entire outlook on his life. It ruined his marriage, which didn't help, of course. And he is a pessimist because of that. Like there's no reason. Like, would God kill my child for what? That's why he's questioning everything.
What did my child do to deserve to die? Why would God punish her?
And from that we know. Okay, now we know.
Yeah.
Now he can grow as a character from that. Here,
and I mean,
they're not growing as characters.
No, and they've mentioned, you've changed since Henry and whatever died.
Yeah.
But she just no and walks away.
Yeah.
Or like scoffs at it.
Yeah,
basically.
They're not growing as characters. We're just finding out about their character.
Exactly.
Which I don't think is as interesting. That's more, it's once again, it's the soy jack meme. Oh, whoa, look at that. Instead of actually being like something interesting. It's shiny keys, like, oh, now I get it.
Here's another little nugget.
Yeah. All the while trying to figure out this case.
Yes, and with the case, which is also frustrating, they're making connections so late that everyone else kind of makes like the whole they didn't die like instantly like that, didn't freeze to death. obviously you don't freeze to death like that. Even if, like they said in this episode, it was a freak storm thing.
It was a slab avalanche.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that happens on a flat surface. Because I looked it up, because I've never heard of it. That slab avalanche still happens in mountains, where instead of
it's an avalanche.
Instead of a snow cloud, it's like a big thick sheet of frozen snow that just slides down.
It's a slab that.
Where did the slab come from?
Exactly, and also it still doesn't explain how and why they are naked.
Yeah, and they're
how and why they are on top of each other. How they folded their clothes and they are perfectly fine on the side of them.
They said something like, they were out there to watch the slab avalanche and they got hypothermia?
No, the last sunset.
Oh, right.
But still, you don't get hypothermia from standing out to watch the last sunset and then being surprised by slab avalanche. Also, slab avalanche would have crushed them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's more of a dense thing than powders and
yeah. And also,
parts.
Here's something they didn't even mention. Like they just say Danvers is like, oh, that's bullshit, but she has tangible evidence that they obviously didn't like go out to watch some phenomenon. The last thing they did in their life. The last time we see them is on the guy's phone who's making the sandwich video.
Yeah.
Where Clark says she's awake. The power cuts out and you hear like,
Yeah, something happened.
They didn't just go out on the ice after that to have fun. Yeah, no, fuck you. That's where it happened. Like, that's bullshit.
Especially since we have the Annie K video as well, where she does the same thing.
Yeah,
she's doing something, experiences something, the power cuts, and all of a sudden she turns up dead somewhere else.
Yeah. They did not die.
The
on the
only thing we got here. Yeah, exactly. That's bullshit.
I mean, we obviously know it's bullshit, but they could have pointed it out. Danvers should have reacted like, hold up, that doesn't add up. Mm-hmm.
And also, by the way, well, I mean, she did mention the whole, it's a conflict of interest having them fund a research center that also clears
and
their
she's like,
I'll
have to look
whatever.
Into that. Said, shut up!
Yeah, why didn't Connolly go like, oh, well, that doesn't look good?
Because he's involved too, obviously.
Yeah. So annoying. But we did get a confession from Hank that he was involved in covering up Annie K's murder.
He didn't kill her.
I wasn't involved in the murder, but I helped, I moved the body.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, which we assumed, again, we knew he had something to do with it.
Yeah.
But now we got a confession. Thank you. We got one string tied up, I guess.
Yeah.
But then also, yeah, there's no more evidence coming out of him.
No. Because, So
the episode, how far are we into the recording? Yeah, we're 30 minutes in. We're fine. Because I guess that's like the big happening.
Yeah, well, I don't care. People, once again, obviously, people should have watched this before they watch a podcast about it.
Yes.
And we are called the Spoiler Cast. Well, TV Cast, technically, but still. Daddy Pryor shoots Otis Heiss, and then Little Pryor, whatever his name is, shoots Daddy Pryor. Petey Pryor. It's Petey Pryor.
Baby Pryor.
Petey Parker.
Well, Baby Pryor is technically Darwin, I guess. So he's just younger Pryor.
Yeah.
After being kicked out from his wife's home for her being annoyed with him in general.
Yeah.
And not being able to stay with his dad because his dad is violating his privacy by hacking his computer.
Yeah.
So instead he's going to stay in Danvers' shed.
Which I was like, oh, so she has like a little guest? No, it's just a shed with a chair.
It's a shed with the,
I'm like, oh my God.
Electricity.
Is that even insulated? Or is he going to die in there? It's winter in Alaska.
I'm starting to question their relationship though. It's more like a mother-son thing to me than any sexual relationship.
Yeah. Which they haven't had sex, right? That was just something that Navarro implied.
There's something Navarro warned him about, basically. Like, watch out for her, kind of thing.
But he does say, like, no, me living with you would fast-track me to a divorce. Because I guess it would look bad.
Because his girlfriend or his wife, Kayla, doesn't like Danvers.
Well, I don't like Kayla.
Yeah, she's a little bit annoying.
But
I understand her going, like, because Danvers is the entire reason she hates his job. It's always Danvers. It's always Danvers calling.
Does he hate his job, though?
She hates his job.
Oh,
Kayla hates his job.
Well, Kayla can shut up, then.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
He's a police officer. They have regular hours, but they don't have regular hours.
No, exactly. That's the thing. I understand, like, okay, you should be able to get sleep sometimes.
Yeah,
Maybe she
sure.
shouldn't call you in the middle of the night unless it's an emergency. But most of the time, she's called him about something that is kind of time sensitive.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, sure, maybe having him stay up late and filing out an APB or whatever it was called is a bit exaggerated. Maybe could have done it in the morning, but again, they wanted to find Otis as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So it is technically time sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand being frustrated with your husband having to be away at work all the time and being, like, literally dragged out of bed to go to work in the middle of the night. But he is a cop.
Yeah.
And they're dealing with a major murder mystery at the moment.
I think also it probably has a lot to do with his comments on their relationship in the previous episode. He says,
Possibly,
I'm sorry I ruined your life by having a baby with you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that is obviously, like, the main issue.
Yeah.
And then Danvers being annoying is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And she just had enough and went, you know what? Get out of my house.
Yeah. Classic woman behavior. Yeah, it's always his fault, so he needs to get out. Same.
No comment.
No.
That's a whole discussion.
Yeah, I know.
We don't know all the details to be able to have the whole discussion.
No, yeah, I know. But it's also,
it's a common trope to have the woman go, get out of my house.
Yeah.
He needs to leave.
I don't remember.
It's a bit tired when they're trying to do, like, this whole female empowerment and women in such a job as police officer. And what's Danvers' title again? She's
chief.
Chief, that's the word. Like, yeah, so you're
sure.
trying to portray women in other roles than you normally see them, maybe.
Yeah.
Then why make Kayla such a stereotypical woman?
Yeah. I don't even remember what podcast it is. It's a long time ago. The producer of a podcast, it was a stand-up podcast. The producer of the podcast was, like, trying out stand-up, and he had a joke about that, whole sleeping on the couch. And it was like, I had a fight with my wife the other day, so I had to sleep on the couch. Well, she had to sleep on the floor for me to fit the couch on the bed. That was funny.
Terrible joke.
But why can't if you don't want to fucking see me anymore, why don't you go sleep on the couch?
Leave. Yeah. No, I agree. If you're mad at someone, you can't kick them out. Leave instead.
Yeah. It's like in a Dream Scenario. If you want to listen to our episode on Dream Scenario, check out
yes.
I guess last week's episode.
Spoilercast.
Yeah, the Spoilercast. When he's asked to leave because people are uncomfortable with him being in the restaurant, it's like, well, they can leave. He hasn't done anything.
Exactly. Literally, because he hadn't done anything in that scenario. So he is not at fault.
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable in a situation, unless the person is actively doing something, like, that's not allowed or not normal, they should not be asked to leave. You should leave, get out of the situation that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. You are free to
ask
leave.
Other people. Yeah. You can't make someone leave a restaurant because they sit there and you don't like it. That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway. Back to the show.
Yes. Well, there's not a lot that happens again. That's the weirdish thing. We get, like, snippets. We understand the cave system now. We got the hint that, we need to get into the cave, obviously.
Yeah.
We find out where the entrance is. Oh, it happens to be blocked.
Yeah, like someone blasted it shut. So and the discussion between Silver Sky Lady boss and Hank, we know that they know there's something in the caves.
Yes. They are fully aware and they covered it up. And Hank helped out, which is how he was supposed to become. He was supposed to have Danvers' job, but Connolly kind of stepped in and banished Danvers, so she got that job instead. It's not Silver Sky's fault. It's Connolly's fault.
Yeah.
So Hank can't be mad at her. Whatever. We also find out that there is another entrance technically if you just go to the highest peak
because it's
of
ice
the cave
cave,
and
so just crack in,
bust your way in.
Yeah.
Cool. But they never do that.
No.
That's like the little. We get 2 small details that are leading towards this big case. And that is that, yeah, Silvermine has an issue and are funded by funding Salal. And we can find a way into the cave.
Yeah. And now
that's it.
Now we know there's definitely something in the caves that they want to hide. They obviously found something while drilling.
Yes. And Annie K found out about it somehow.
Yeah.
And they buried the evidence, literally.
Yeah. We still don't know what...
all we got on the main case.
Yeah, we still don't know what She's Awake means.
Exactly.
We still don't know exactly what it is in there.
No.
We know the Night Country is the caves, which is like... That's it? Alright.
But it might be specific because of what they found down there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We know that it's something bad, obviously.
Yeah.
Sure, we got to find out that Hank Pryor was involved, but we all kind of assumed.
We kind of knew that.
I'm guessing it still has to do with the water because they brought that up again about the stillbirths.
Yeah.
But again, they're not telling us that. They're just giving us hints that it might be. It might be completely unrelated. Hell, when Navarro poured out her sister's ashes into the water, I just went, "You're polluting the water, bitch."
Well, no.
I know ashes aren't polluting
like,
that way.
Like the purest
they're natural.
thing, yeah.
Sure, but it just
I know
it just looked dumb. Especially since when they ask young Pryor to clean up and they go, "Tell Rose to bring me to Julie." They're gonna throw bodies into the water. Talk about the polluting the water. I mean, it's a big ass.
But that's
water
the ocean.
Source. It's not gonna.
That's not water that goes into the.
No,
the
I know, but it's still disgusting.
Sure.
Feed them to the wolves or something.
Well, that's gonna leave bones.
The water will just disappear in the vastness of it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Otis shouldn't disappear.
He was supposed to disappear, so the cops are not going to care about him anyway.
Nah, that's true. That's true. No one. Yeah, that's true. No one's going to care about that.
No.
We got Leia at another protest.
Yeah.
And cops being bad cops, and then Navarro kind of switching sides for a little moment, or just playing the good cop, I guess.
Yeah.
Which was an unnecessary detail, in my opinion.
And then we found out we saw that her girlfriend, whatever her name was, Sherry, right? Sherry, is kind of a scaredy cat and didn't stand up.
Yeah,
for her.
she doesn't. She's not gonna like step up when it really matters.
Yeah, which I understand though. A 15-year-old little girl against a cop with riot gear. What is she supposed to do? Say stop it.
I mean, maybe not hide. Maybe like ask one of the bigger people standing beside her to like do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand not going into it herself. She is very small.
Yeah.
I mean, Leia got a like wound on the back of her head.
Yeah.
Sherry might have broken something actually.
Yeah. That's also.
But I do understand Leia as well, feeling a little bit like left out there, vulnerable.
Having zero sympathy for bringing a child to a violent protest. No, of course not.
Yeah. That too. Why did the protesters allow children to join?
Because it's important, man.
When they know it's most likely going to turn violent.
Oh, we're gonna do it. Protesting helps so much.
At least don't have them on the front row. Like, put them in the back or something. Make them shout, sure, but like, don't allow them to be at the front.
Yeah.
Where all the violence usually happens.
I don't know.
I mean, you already lose babies when they're born. You want to lose them who are already alive because idiots.
No. Oh, and then
police violence is never okay, but
no, of course not. I'm not excusing that. No.
No, but you kind of have to expect certain
exactly
things when you do such things.
Then we had a scene where Danvers goes to watch the dead babies for some reason.
It's to understand and see the gravity when Leia mentions, do you know how many stillbirths we had? It's kind of like a visualization of that,
Sure.
just to make us understand the gravity of it all. Or maybe she just needs to see it to believe it or something.
I guess. That's fine.
A little bit necessary, but it's a shock factor visual thing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
This episode was a few minutes longer than everyone else.
Yeah, it's an hour
Every
long.
other one. Yeah, the other ones are like 56
Around
or
50.
54 or something. Yeah. I don't really know why, because there were a few unnecessary things.
Yeah.
A lot of it's unnecessary. I still want to know how this ends, so I am gonna watch the final episode, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
But I'm not saying that this is a good show.
No.
It's too thin.
Yeah.
Everything's just too thin.
Yeah.
There's so many small details that don't lead anywhere. Like, the polar bear is just missing now. Like, what the fuck was with the polar bear?
They're gonna have so much to tie up in the last episode.
It's gonna be 2 hours long.
Yeah, probably.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's like at least an hour and a half or something.
So they have the polar bear. She's
Getting
awake.
into the ice cave. She's awake.
Danvers and Navarro's past.
Yeah, Wheeler thing. That might be played over by now, but I don't know.
I don't know what the point
That's
was.
very unsatisfactory, if so.
Yeah.
We need to find out who actually killed Annie. We need to find Clark, I guess.
The connection
Dead or
between
alive?
Salal and Silver Sky.
Yeah,
That's
what
the
they
main
found
thing,
down
I
there, I
suppose,
guess. Yeah.
But all of that has to be figured out. And then we have to find out, does Navarro get together with Kavik? Does
like actually?
yeah, because we see them snuggle for once instead of just having sex.
Yeah. Does Peter Pry get back with his wife, or will he leave her forever and stay with Danvers instead? Is Leia moving back home? I don't fucking know. Like,
Is
so much.
Is Leia gonna forgive Sherry?
Yeah. No, do we care about that part?
No, we don't. But that is a thread they put in there since the first fucking episode.
That's true. Their whole romantic, or at least will she like talk to Liz and go like, yeah, no, I get it. I was just in love, whatever. That's done and over now. At least something. We need to have a little bit of a tie up on that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's something else I thought about, but I forgot. There's another one, like little thread that has yet to be tied up. I don't remember. There's too many. There's too many small little things.
Yeah. Especially for a show that's...
What actually happened to Liz's family? How did they die?
Yeah. Especially for a show, and are people actually seeing ghosts, or is that just, oh, it's supposed to represent the spirituality of the natives or whatever?
Or is it the water?
Yeah, or is it the water? Yeah.
Hell,
I really hope it's not
what's wrong with the water?
Well, that must be what they've found in the mines. That there's
it has to do something with the water. Yes. If it's not, then it's stupid.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of loose ends that need to be tied up in an episode that I fear is going to take a lot of time being in the cave. Sure, a lot of the answers might come from the cave. We might know who she is. We'll obviously find out what they're trying to hide there. We might find who killed Katie. Katie?
Annie.
Katie
K.
Fuck it. Annie. We might even find Clark there. He might be down in the Night Country.
Yeah.
I mean,
are they gonna...
Otis said that he was going down to the Night Country again. So when they go up to that peak, are they gonna find an open hole already because he went down there?
Yeah.
I'm assuming a lot of answers are gonna be in that cave when they do get in. But all of the personal and social issues need to be resolved outside of the cave.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure we're going to get full resolution on that.
No.
They might talk about it in the cave. Like Danvers and Navarro start arguing about something and they mention more things that explain stuff. That's not how I want to see it.
No. Once again, sorry. The first season, they wrapped up basically every story thread except for the murderer, the main case, who killed Dora Lang, in the second to last episode.
Yeah.
Because then we know Marty divorced his wife. He doesn't get to meet his daughters anymore because he was a bad influence on them, obviously.
Yeah.
Rust has been beating himself up for years because they didn't actually find them. So he's been hiding out as a drunk / doing some research of his own. And now because they were called in for this interview, they have the last piece of the puzzle. Basically, they meet up.
Yeah. And
they're gonna get the guy because they have all the evidence. The last episode is just about them getting the guy, which is once again, it's the weakest episode of that show.
Sure.
Because they kind of just stumble upon. They're like, "Oh, ma'am," because it's one of the places they're gonna check out. It's not that they're actually going there for the thing. They're just going there. Oh, it's one of the places we're gonna check out, and then like, I think this is it. Go.
Yeah.
But still, it's just, at least we can fucking focus on that. The last episode of this should be all that is worked out. Now we're just gonna find out what happened to Annie K in the cave.
Exactly.
And I guess what is the connection then to Salal and Silver Sky?
Yeah.
But no, we've all the other things.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get, but we have so much other stuff that needs to be hashed out and like explained.
Yeah. I am still a little worried that they're gonna go to be continued, and they're gonna do another season.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but a little part of me is like, what if they do?
Yeah.
Am I gonna watch another 6 episodes? No.
No. If they don't resolve it in the next episode, we're done.
Oh yeah, I'm never watching it again. Then they have killed True Detective for me.
Yes.
I'll just watch the old episode.
However, like we mentioned, it seems like the next episode is like 2 weeks away almost.
Yeah. I hope that's not true.
I'm considering rewatching all of the episodes to try and like, maybe if you watch them back to back, you understand it better. You remember all the details or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
If I feel like I have the time, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Up until the last episode. But
we'll see. So yeah, just
either way, we're gonna watch the last episode.
Oh yeah, and I think we're just gonna wrap this up here. Actually, it's a little shorter, whatever. But what did you think of the episode? Was it good? Was it bad?
It was fine. I did get the whole. I actually gasped.
Oh yeah,
when Peter Pryor shot Hank.
Oh okay, yeah, I guess.
And holy shit! No, wait, he did.
Why did you shoot him in the head? I don't understand.
Yeah, that was my first, like, why are you shooting people?
I don't understand American cops. Shoot for the legs.
Or at least the arm in this case when he drops the gun. Like, his shoulder was... I don't even know what this is in America, but like a few centimeters away. Shoot the shoulder instead.
That's what we always
didn't need to kill
hear
him.
About Swedish cops. They're taught to always aim for the legs.
Yes,
that's the least
extremities,
lethal area.
Not the head
exactly.
or chest.
Shouldn't
if they're running away, shoot them in the leg. If they're holding something, shoot them in the arm.
Yeah, or even then, shoot them in the leg.
Yeah, depending on how
if you
close
get shot,
I guess.
If you get shot in the leg, you're not gonna go, "Oh, damn it!" and then shoot back. You're gonna fall over and scream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm not saying
never go for the kill shot.
Exactly,
especially not as a cop.
Head. Anyway,
and I mean, I guess Peter Pryor is a bit of a young cop. I'm not entirely sure he has to had he's never fired his gun before, maybe in the line of duty.
I don't know.
Like that, so it might have been a knee-jerk reaction kind of thing.
To shoot his dad in the head, yeah.
But it's a hell of a reaction.
Yeah.
I understand that he was like, you can't shoot Danvers, you can't shoot people, and you already shot someone, but you don't react by shooting your dad in the head.
No.
You don't react by shooting anyone in the head.
No.
If that's your reaction as a cop, you shouldn't
be
a
cop. Yeah. You should be suspended.
Yeah, never be allowed to carry a gun again.
Anyway.
Desk job, maybe. I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah. Hopefully we get this wrapped up in the next episode.
Yeah, and I really hope we don't have to wait for it. Did you say the next one was supposed to come out the 25th?
According to IMDb, next episode, part 6 airs February 25th.
Oh my god. That's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
And that's not even a Monday.
It seems wrong.
Yeah.
Because this one was on February 9th. The one before that was February 4th.
Which was, it was a Sunday. Okay.
Which was a Sunday.
Yeah, but we get the Monday on HBO Max. That makes sense.
Yeah, but again, Sunday, but then 9th was Friday.
Yeah. And why not then release the next one?
Or that 28th
18th.
was a Sunday. That's true. Okay, so the first 4 episodes were Sundays.
Yeah. This was a Friday. And then they're going to skip
some
1
reason.
week to show the last episode.
Yeah. So dumb.
Why? Oh,
So dumb.
I don't know. Yeah, I hate it.
I don't know. Maybe IMDb has the wrong
I
date.
hope so.
I don't know.
Because we were speculating a little bit before, and I think we both had the idea that maybe they know people aren't liking the show, so they just want to wrap it up now, let people get the final episode so they can be done with it. Because
like people are too impatient and they just need more. Like now or never. We're not gonna wait. But then having a 2-week gap is kind of weird.
yeah, that sucks.
Unless, like we also speculated, maybe they realized that, oh shit, we forgot to tie up some loose ends, and they're like filming.
Yeah, they're doing
additional
reshoots
content.
1 week before airing it. I don't think so, but yeah, that would be funny.
No, I doubt it, but it would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
They're masking it. It's all indoors, so it's you don't have to go to Alaska to film
green
it.
screen. It's gonna look like the Star Wars
Yeah.
prequels. Navarro's like, hurry up, I'm so cold. Ooh.
Nah, probably not.
Probably not.
Hopefully not.
It's just gonna crash and burn, or it'll be the greatest episode of TV ever.
Hell, maybe. We'll have to see. But I think that's
it. Thank you so much for checking us out. What was your opinion on this episode? Leave a comment below if you're watching this on YouTube, which you should be.
Or, on the socials. If you don't.
There are links, of course, wherever you're listening to this. And we will see you, I guess, then the 25th? Or 26th,
Around there
technically.
somewhere, yeah.
For the conclusion to True Detective Night Country. I can't wait. Literally can't wait. Thanks.
But you're gonna have to.
So, until then, have a good one. Bye.